Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about This Is Us, Season 5, Episode 8. If you want to see my reviews for the full 7 episodes of Season 5, then the link is right above. Like the last few episodes, I'm going to be talking about it in terms of like chronological order. So the different plot points and characters in like the 60s, then the 90s, and in the present. So starting off with the 60s, we see this like couple fall in love and get married and they're all happy. And like the whole episode I'm wondering like who are all these people? Because they look to seem like Middle Eastern, but there's no Middle Eastern characters in This Is Us. So like how are they related to the storyline? And they did something interesting where like they weren't directly related to the storyline, but they kind of will. So the man in this relationship is like this very nerdy kind of genius science dude, and his wife is kind of attracted to that at first, but after a while, he's spent so much time working that it's kind of taking away from their marriage, and they kind of have like a falling out a bit until he explains that like his software he's using could like someday let them send photos to each other over computers and like videos. So he basically like invented Skype and sending photos, and it's really cool. It's actually like these people exist in real life. The names are Esther Piriente and Nasir Ahmed. I don't know if I'm pronouncing those right. Sorry if you're watching this, but it's cool because that's kind of the theme of the episode was keeping in touch through video chats and sending photos. So it kind of shows like how far we've gone since then, and how we don't really recognize this guy for his achievements. But This Is Us kind of gave the guy some recognition, so I thought that was cool. Moving on to like the late 80s, early 90s storyline, um, the big three are in eighth grade, and Rebecca and Jack want to go to the cabin again because it's like the family tradition, but they're like, nah, guys, we're too old for that. The cabin's lame. So Rebecca and Jack decide to go by themselves, and Rebecca's enjoying herself because she has three teenage kids, so it's nice for her to get away from it. But Jack just kind of he just misses going with them, and he's afraid that the family's growing apart. This is shown when like a burst pipe kind of damages the little kid's little artwork, and he's just kind of upset that like he thinks it's a metaphor for the family growing apart. But Rebecca doesn't think like that. She kind of salvages the paper, like those one with like all these handprints on them of the family, and she tells him like, yeah, the handprints kind of messed up now, but they're still there, and the family will still stay together despite any changes that might happen. And that also fits into the theme of the episode, where it's like, even though the Pearsons are socially distant, they could still care about each other and talk to each other, but it's not the same still. But it's the best they could do at this point because they do live in other cities as well. Fast forwarding to the present, we continue on from the end of the last episode where Randall's being very nice and coaching Madison through label, and it just shows how like even though Kevin and Randall had their fight a little, it doesn't mean they don't care about each other, and that's very nice. It's a very nice way to like end that sort of tension. And we're all worried about like, is Kevin gonna make it? Is he gonna see the both? And turns out he does. He is able to make it. And the twins are born, and they name it Nicholas after Uncle Nicky. We finally see Uncle Nicky again. That's pretty cool. And Frances, who was Madison's grandmother. And Kevin thanks Randall for helping Madison, and they just say they love each other, and it's a very nice way to tie off that kind of like 9 episode long arc of them not liking each other. It's just I'm glad that's out of the way because I like them better when they're friends. And meanwhile, Ellie, Kate's adoption mother, or is she the adoption mother? I don't know how that works, but Ellie gives birth, and Felicite's like, wait, I think I've changed my mind. And we're like, no, that bitch. But then she changes her mind again, and she just wishes the baby a good life. So that's good. And meanwhile, Toby can't stay in the hospital because of COVID. They can only have like one parent in the room. And he meets this elderly man who kind of like was upset because Toby was in his parking spot. But they later got along, and um, he's upset because his wife has cancer, and he's worried about her dying. And Toby's worried about the baby being born. So it's kind of a nice parallel. Like, one's about to be born, one might die. It's very sad, but um, fortunately, his wife Rose could return home, so she's better now. Well, not like better, but hopefully she's gonna go into remission. The point is that she's not gonna die that day, so that's good, and it's a very happy moment. And Toby realizes like this man really loves his wife, and his wife's named Rose, so Toby chooses Rose as the name, like the middle name for his daughter. And then meanwhile, at the cabin, elderly Rebecca and elderly Miguel are kind of like staying at the cabin, but she really wishes that she could be there for the birth of her grandchildren. Three of them. That's kind of crazy. But she's very happy, though, because she gets to use her video chat, like Skype, to communicate with the family. Which brings us back to the man who invented Skype, Nasir Ahmed. And I don't know, it just kind of brings the episode full circle. And yeah, the babies are born and everything's happy, and it's a great ending. And we get to see like a real pixel of the couple, like who was in the episode, kind of like they do in every like based on a true story thing. I love when they do that at the end, where it's like these people actually exist. Here's what they're doing now. It's cool. I like how they ended it like that. I didn't know these were like real people until the end of the episode, so it's cool. So yeah, this was a very sweet episode. I liked, I don't know, I liked how it was much more positive, and it just seemed like a happy episode to me. I'm glad that Nasir Ahmed got credit for his accomplishments, because like he's done a lot, and I've never heard about him until now. So I wonder why that is. Anyway, that was a good episode. I'm gonna give it an A minus. I think it's the best one of the season. That and the Randall's mom episode was pretty good. So I think this season's turning around. It's a lot better this like rental than it was last fall. So I'll see you guys next week. We'll talk about episode 9, and hopefully you stick around. Let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments below. I hope everybody out there has a nice day and stay safe, and Pearson.